Please welcome Festa from Mapita in Helsinki, who is going to show us a bit about the participatory mapping tool called Maptionnaire. Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much. Hey, okay. So I'm Festa. This time I come from Finland. Other times I come from other places because I'm originally from Kosovo. And it's very nice to be here. It's a lovely atmosphere, and it was very nice getting to know what you've been doing with the project and your other work as well. So, yep, thank you. So Maptionnaire is it's a community engagement platform. It's based in Helsinki. It's a spin-off from Aalto University. And people who are who have worked and developed the platform are actually researchers geographers and researchers. I work for communications and marketing. It's a bit further away, but I'm also a climate change activist, and I don't have an environmental background in studies, but I have been always, so it's been more of my passion and my hobby. Before I start telling about traditional public participation problems, I would like to share a story that has happened to me. I was a first home buyer in Finland about a year ago, and since I've always been an advocate of community engagement, when I first received this paper that you have the chance to go and participate in one of the neighborhood meetings, I immediately ran into it, and I was very excited, but as you can imagine, I don't speak Finnish, so it was slightly problematic, but I anyways decided to go because I had started learning language a little bit, and I knew that I thought I could use Google Translate, but when I first went there, they were talking about particular problems in the neighborhood, and they were mentioning something about putkiremonti, which is the renovation of the of the water pipes. And I was searching for it on Google, and by the time I managed to understand what they're talking about, they jumped to something else, so I just couldn't keep up with the conversation. And that's why I thought that that's also, besides the 4 points you see here, there is a lot of problems with engaging people only through traditional methods. So yes, there is the desire from the public to engage in the planning and in the decision makings that will actually affect them and their life. So that's when Maptionnaire takes place. It's a map-based questionnaire platform which offers citizens to engage themselves to plannings through the maps. They can use pinpoints, polygons, and lines, and such. Although we really encourage using the digital platforms, of course we understand that this is not the only tool to use, because as I have talked to many of you, you have touched the issues with using only digital platforms. There are other methods, and we like to call them the participation toolbox, which also touches the other areas and the traditional participation methods as well. So with Maptionnaire you can design the platform. So it's a custom survey builder. It is in a cloud, so there is no need for any installation outside of the websites. You can collect data with phones, laptops, and any other kind of devices, and then also use the online analysis tool. You can export your data through shapefiles and then use it with other platforms. So maybe this was the main point. The cases, a few cases that I could find, because besides the urban planning and transportation planning, there's also quite a big usage in environmental planning as well, such as, for example, parks and recreations. And I think some organizations that were here, they have used including University of Copenhagen as well. So this is one project that has been done from the Swiss Institute of Technology. It was a postdoctoral doctoral research which was based in Singapore. So they were asking people about imagining the future of the waterfront Tanjung Pagar, which I cannot obviously pronounce. It's more clear there. The residents were able to map where they think it would be better where would they like to have green areas, residential area, and what they would like to have within this black circle, let's say. They were able to draw and doodle what they would like to have in each of these areas. So it's all the local insight, it's all about what residents actually think of those. And besides the actual data that is gathered in form of the maps, they were also used to they also have the possibility to get their demographic data to see where these people come from, what is their background, and such information that would be necessary. And then the next project is the Iron Mountain Park in Portland, Oregon. The organization, if I remember, is MIG from the US. They asked people what they like about the mountain park and what they don't like, and then a couple of questions they have. So basically the data that is seen from the platform, so it's basically what they like, and they are also able to comment on those and tell about, there's actually, although I don't have the possibility to show it here, but there are some very interesting questions, like, for example, a few of these question marks ask about, so why did you, let's say, cut the trees in this area, or actually residents show that they are interested in their environment and they would like to know why are certain things happening with their environment, be it for good or for bad. 1 minute. Okay, and this is actually the most interesting one, is Denver. They are really, like, they're doing a very good job with being creative with the platform. Basically, they are using it to tell about what kind of transition they would like, the residents would like to have in particular areas. And they're also using it as a gaming. So they have built a game out of the platform, and they are asking people to participate in their games. So they give a few, let's say they say that, okay, you have these 13,000 housing units, where would you put them? So separate them so people find it more engaging and more interesting to do. And they were about 6,000 answers from that particular survey. So the tool is, until now, it's used in 2 main application areas, in urban and regional planning, and also in research. And I chose a quote, and then I gave it more meaning to that quote. So that was it. And if you would like to know more, I would be very happy to tell you. Thank you very much.
Very much, Festa, for coming. It's indeed a very interesting tool, and yes, we are using it at the moment at University of Copenhagen, and a lot of people are responding to our questions, so that's good.